And we're very proud to say that this campaign has had a cascading effect. It's also inspired many people to do their bit. Earlier, we were speaking to some real-life heroes, but let's now speak to some movie stars and on-screen heroes. And we're joined by actor Taapsee Pannu. Thank you so much for joining us today on the telethon. And Taapsee, I believe the issue of education of girls is something that's very close to you. You've sponsored many girls, and it's wonderful to hear, when actors do something more and, and highlight this, and hopefully that can be highlighted and inspire more people. Tell us how you got involved with it.
Well, it definitely came from a place of payback for all the love that we get, and in return, this is the least we can do. I wanted to start from some place, so it began with roots. Roots as in, when you're a kid, you're shaping up someone's mind to probably control the future. I wanted to start right there in the beginning. So I decided to take up girls around the age group of 4 to 5, a few hundreds of them, so that I can sponsor the education. At least they have a choice. Like I was just listening to Tara, who did not even know about education. So there needs to be a choice given to them that you can study. And then it's, up to them. You can't really force anyone, but at least that option needs to be given. So I wanted to do that. And especially in certain areas where there is not enough awareness, there is a lot of child trafficking. I wanted to get girls specifically from those areas, impart them education, not just book education, but also education beyond classroom, where they get to know the social side of life, what is good, not good beyond the textbooks as well, so that they can grow and have a future that is under their control, or which they can actually decide for themselves. So there's nobody just blinding them from an opportunity in the future.
Can I just ask you, what particularly, brought you to be focusing on this area of sexual abuse and ensuring justice and some kind of recourse, especially the mental and physical rehabilitation? It's such an important area, and you seem to have focused very strongly on this area.
This particular area, sir, I actually believe that it's such a huge taboo to even talk about anything remotely related to it, especially with girls.
Right.
I don't know if they can even speak up to their own mother about it most of the times, because it's just so hush-hush. The accessibility of talking about such a topic is just so low because it's always kept under the carpet. So they need to be taught beyond books is what I really wanted to focus on. That's when I took up a program where they taught girls beyond books what's the right touch, wrong touch, what is good, what is not good. So, and they have to have this relationship built up with someone who they actually speak up to. Ultimate safety is nowhere, neither in school we can see, nor even in the four walls of your house, but at least knowing that this is good, this is not good. This is something that I need to talk about, or who should I talk about to? At least these answers they should have. Beyond that, they will know, once they know that this is not right and this is the person I can speak up to and this is not a safe place for me. Once they know these basics, they can take the next step. But we need to start with these basics, and most of the times with girls, you're just so quiet because we always asked to not speak up, not speak loud, not speak up, just stay quiet, just stay away. And so early in your life, there's so many rules of do's and don'ts that's forced upon you, that you think that something is wrong is happening to you. Probably this is how it happens, because you don't know any better.
Do you have any question for Kailashi? I just wanted to ask you that parents, studies have shown that parents who warn their children, look out for this or be careful of that, those children are much less harassed and they are much more careful. It's many children who are not spoken to by parents. So educating parents is also very important.
Absolutely.
And, if you've got a question for Kailashi, please ask it after his.
Absolutely.
I would really want to know from him actually, do you think that getting these kids educated, is there a marked difference in the kids who, the way they recover mentally if they are basic educated versus if they are totally kept away from going out to a school or going out anywhere? Is there a difference in the recovery and how they deal with it?
Well, children who go to school, their development, mental and physical development is different. they can have big dreams, they can learn from each other, they are more empowered, they feel some sort of responsibility to each other, and so on. So they learn different kind of, life when they are in schools. But those who are out of school, that is very difficult for them. But as far as this issue is concerned, child sexual abuse, I am very impressed the way you just narrated in a very articulated manner and with your passion. This is very much needed. So when we realized that we have to teach our children about those things, it was very difficult for 5-6 years ago because of social taboo, as you mentioned. So we organized a big event and 400,000 children were taught. I was giving a lesson about sexual abuse, good touch, bad touch. It was not an easy thing, but I did it. And that has gone in the Guinness Book of World Record. 400,000 children, 4 लाख बच्चे कभी एक साथ उनको इसकी ट्रेनिंग नहीं दी गई थी और हमने किया कि इसको करते हैं. लेकिन that has inspired others, teachers and others to give the training. So as you mentioned, Sanket ji, this online issue is the cyber related issue is important. But we also requested Government of India to incorporate those things in the education policy, because that should be the part of it. Otherwise, we are going to lose a lot of opportunity. So through schools, education could be the most powerful tool to teach about those things, including the cyber-related online sexual abuse.
Just one thing on that: it's not just cyber, it's not just the internet. There's just regular,
both.
And the parents should teach their children to look out for what you're saying.
Exactly.
So you need to 400,000 children, now 400,000 parents also.
So that was in one go, one time. That was the 400,000 in one go. That was
fantastic.
In half an hour to 45 minutes.
Very important.
Right,
So
and teaching them to speak out as well.
Speak out as well.
Taapsee was saying that's so important. We teach our children always to, listen to the elders, and girls are told not to speak too much, Taapsee. But as you said, it's so important for them to be educated and speak out.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
So
Taapsee?
now one thing I could add, that
Sure.
we have already worked with 7,000 teachers after that to motivate them to talk about these issues and teach children about sexual abuse, but also online sexual abuse little bit.
Right.
But as the technology is growing and becoming more advanced, we have to learn more things definitely, as we spoke
We have to
before.
keep up.
And we have to see that how we are
बदलते
going
रहना
to cope.
पड़ेगा, तकनीक से हमेशा एक कदम आगे रहना पड़ेगा और ये निरंतर एक चुनौती रहेगी.
जी.
बिल्कुल. तापसी, आपका भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए.